Hello, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of the AirBnB Playbook podcast. And I'm your host, Rozitta. And together with me on set, I have the amazing co-host.
Yes, Maslin, and we're really happy to be with you yet another day.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to see what you plan for our guest tonight.
We do have a guest on set. Karibu sana.
Asante.
You look amazing. You look fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
Please go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience. Let them know who is this gorgeous, fine girl.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'm so honored to be here. My name is Mavis. I am the design director at Soine Ipok, which is the design wing of Virtue Homes Kenya.
Amazing.
Yes.
I like your name, Mavis. Have you watched this animation called Hotel Transylvania?
Yes.
So
Yes.
That is so amazing.
Yes.
We are excited to have you here
Thank you.
as an interior designer.
Yes.
How long have you been doing interior design?
Wow, I can say I've been doing interior design professionally for almost 3 years.
Ooh.
But then I've just always done it.
Okay.
From since I was in high school, moving things around at home,
Yeah.
decorating my mom's room, my sister's room.
Oh my gosh.
I was that menace.
Yeah.
You leave things here, they're disorganized because I arrange them how I want them to look. And then now that's when everyone was like, wow, you really do have an eye for interior design.
Ooh.
Yes, but I have studied finance at Strathmore University.
Wow.
So yeah, interior design is my passion, and I went to L Design School to at least get certification so that you can trust me and know that I know what I'm doing.
Yes. So you're a Strathmore girl.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're sorry. Wow, good to have you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've mentioned you are a director at Virtue Homes.
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
Oh, okay. So Virtue Homes is a real estate company, yes, and we manage properties too. We sell properties. So I am in charge of all the designing. So I'm director of design. So if it's landscaping, if it's interior designing, I'm the one working with the architects when you need to construct something. I'm your girl.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, girl.
Yes. Yes.
Alright.
Yes.
Mavis,
Yes.
welcome to our podcast.
Thank you.
And we're really happy to host you here. This is a podcast that deals with Airbnb hosts in terms of management. And today we are doing like startups, because before you do an Airbnb, you have to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we want to know, like, as an interior designer, what are the various advice you give somebody who wants to start working on an Airbnb?
Yeah.
And is an interior designer a must? Should they have one?
Yeah.
You can tell us things like that.
Okay, yes. So first things first, why design matters in Airbnb is because guests today, they're looking at how you've designed your space. They're looking for that comfort.
Yeah.
Yes. So when I am going online to search for somewhere to stay, I am going to see how does this space make me feel.
Mhm.
So that's why how you design your space really matters. And aesthetics and comfort are key.
Yeah.
So you really have to make sure you have this in check. So about whether do you need an interior designer, I think if you have your theme in check,
Yeah.
you can do it yourself. But if you want to make sure that everything, like, because you see an interior designer is someone who's adorned in that field.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Bahatisha,
Yeah.
like
True.
you tell them your vision and then they bring it to life. 'Cause
Yeah.
you see, and then another thing, in Airbnb, you have different kind of clients.
Yeah.
So you don't want something so niche to where some people be like, I don't like that. So you have to really bring in something that's neutral enough to accommodate everyone,
Yeah.
while at the same time having that wow factor. Because if you think of how back when hotels were the in thing, the reason why people enjoy the fancier hotels, it's because it's an escape. Like, you want to feel like you're somewhere so luxurious, and you're feeling, I am getting the worth for my money.
Yeah.
So I feel like in your Airbnb, to maximize your rate, you have to make sure that your designing is on point, the theme has been maintained. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that's quite interesting.
Yes.
Because let me say, maybe I'm somebody who wants to venture into Airbnb business,
Mhm.
and maybe do you need to have a certain amount set aside? Because maybe I have 100,000. I want to start with 100,000.
Yeah.
Maybe Rosie has 200,000. Maybe our neighbor here has 500,000. So, like, how do you go about it when it comes to designing?
Yeah.
What are the key things that you have to factor in when it comes to Airbnb's furnishing?
Okay, so when it comes to Airbnb furnishing and the way you talked about cost, I think as long as you have three things in check, which is your theme, your texture, and your soul, because those are the three envelopes that cover.
She just said soul.
Yes, what did you say? Maybe it can take us slowly. I've never heard of that. It's something new because Rosie, we're learning something new today. Wow.
Okay.
So we can elaborate on that further so at least we can understand what this is all about.
Yeah.
Because each day we're learning something new.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, we are honored to have you here. We know you work hard about what you've done.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the big hotels, they are furnishing. So we really want to tap into your knowledge and also at least share it with our viewers out there.
Oh, wow, thank you.
So.
I have my go-to styling formula has 3 steps. There is the theme, which is the story that your space tells.
The story.
Yeah. So, someone might be, I want Parisian chic, So,
What? Okay.
As in back to how I said aesthetics and comfort, and comfort are key. So your aesthetic is your theme.
Yeah.
Maybe you want an African vibe. Say you're somewhere like Temara, and you're like,
definitely.
the people who are coming, they want that earthy vibe. So you furnish using that vibe. So that's the theme part of it.
Okay, so theme.
Yes, theme. And then that's what gives you space, the mood.
Okay.
So I'm still going to come to the budget. I'm just explaining the formula. And then you have the texture. So texture is the velvet pillows, the linen covers, all that. Like when I touch, because you want to appeal to the sense of touch. So the woolen rags, that's the part for texture.
Wow.
I mean, like when I walk into a space, like what I see, like you have fluffy this, fluffy that. When I touch, like everything is so smooth. Like that's also something you have to take into consideration. Wow. That's why you find back to the earthy, you find like someone has things with Sisal there because like you want to maintain that thing because also you don't jump from one thing to another. You want it to be cohesive throughout the space. Yes. And the third one is now the soul.
Okay.
The soul part.
Tell us about the soul.
This is now what gives your space the sense of character. You can have so now this, again, going back to your theme, you can have like a handmade piece of art, like now that's the thing about it. Like those two pieces that they carry a lot of, like now the ones that really bring you into that, like this is my vibe. You understand?
I get you.
Yeah.
That makes sense because I feel like I've been to places and you get into a room and it just feels empty.
Yes.
It looks amazing, but it's so empty.
Yes, you just feel like there is something that is missing.
Apparently, whatever is missing,
it's the soul.
Now we know. Thank you for that.
Yes. So that's the part where when it comes to like your formula for styling the space. So when it comes to budget, I would say it's not about maximizing on like how much you spend. It's about getting pieces and styling them with purpose. Because again, the space has to be cohesive. So the way you said someone has 100K, another 200K, another 500K. I think with our local artisans, as long as you've identified this is the theme I'm going with, now you just stick to don't clutter your space. You want it to be airy, that's key. If you have a small space, use a lot of mirrors and light colored fabrics, curtains, seats, all that. But then now, when it comes to your pieces, you get like quality stuff from local fundis. So that's what I'm saying. The person for 100K can get everything they need because they can get a bed for 25K, a couch for this price. You're still factoring in your rent if you're renting the space. And so as your budget increases according to your preference, you also get access to better quality things. So that's where the difference comes in. But I think even with Kidogo as 100K 100K, you can do something as long as you only style with purpose.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily about furnishing with 1 million.
No, it's not.
It's styling with purpose.
Yeah, styling with purpose. Wow, that's a new one.
I like that.
Yeah, I really like that too. Styling with purpose.
Yes.
So maybe like tell us about styling with purpose. You find that some Airbnbs are premise inside an apartment, and you find that others are in own compounds. So does the aura also matter when it comes to styling an Airbnb?
Yeah, it does, but that is not limiting, because you can have one that has a yard and I can have one in an apartment, and maybe how I'll do mine, as much as it's smaller, will be better, because you see now again, you with your yard, maybe it's not being landscaped properly and all that. So I don't think the size of your house or where it's located really matters. You just have to have those wow touches, the ones that make your customer go, wow, I want to come back here. Like, it's so good. Like, we live in a social media era. Like, someone needs to walk in and be like, okay, I really want to take photos here for my Instagram. Like, personally, when I am like, when I'm traveling, I'm looking and I'm like, okay, I can take a nice photo for IG here. So that's that. So for the wow factors, so here are a few ways to make your Airbnb unforgettable. You have a beautifully dressed bed, white linen, fluffy duvet, like well-arranged pillows. Like, I want to feel like I'm floating, like a good mattress, by the way, and a sizable bed. Okay.
That is
that is so true. I mean, that is key. That is key when it comes to the interiors for an Airbnb.
Yes. And then you have a styled corner, like an Instagrammable corner.
Oh my god.
Like, Gen Z's Instagram, come on now.
The pressure is
we have forgotten that we're dealing with a Gen Z interior designer.
So you need a corner that you can feel like this is Insta worthy.
Yes, because that's what adds the pizzazz to the space.
What can you put in such a corner? Is it like a mirror? Is it like a basket?
Okay, so what I think is, you can, first of all, for IG, I'm here alone. Like, I don't have my tripod, so I need to take a mirror selfie. So a mirror is key here.
Oh my gosh.
You can have a nice armchair and maybe a floor lamp, because lighting is also very important.
Yes.
Lighting can change a space from meh to very fancy. Like, as long as you're using good ambient lighting. And then the Instagrammable corner, I can also, in as much as maybe it's not just for me to take photos, you can even have like a corner where you have like your coffee station, because I can do like my morning coffee from there. So it just depends on you and the vibe you want to set, as long as you have that corner that is it pulls in and like sets the aesthetic, it's just something cute to have,
Does a plant suffice?
Plants in your space are also good, because they bring life into the space. And whatever you want, whatever your vibe is, just go with it. Me, I'm telling you, my vibes, because for the spaces,
And not talking of Gen Z, when it comes to styling a space, you see, you don't know who your next client will be. So when it comes to designing a space, so how do you ensure that it is a space for everyone? If it is a Gen Z, if it is a millennial, if it is an old couple, if it is for kids, the alphas, how do you ensure that your space speaks to everyone?
Is that possible though? Like everybody?
That's what you want to find out.
Can you satisfy everybody?
Yes.
You can never satisfy everybody. Because if you find yourself satisfying everybody, you have a problem.
There's a problem.
Because 7 billion people in the world, we can't all be the same.
You can't meet all their needs.
But now for me, what I would say, because how I look at my designing is, I come in as a client, but I curate it like as a designer. I first think, if I was a client, what would I want to get? So if I walk into a space, what's the first feeling I want to have? I want to feel, I don't want to feel claustrophobic. So I need a big space, even if the space is not big. So now I know when I walk into that, if I have a small space, the walls are bright, the fabrics, the sofa is a neutral color. I think you'll never go wrong with a neutral vibe. because at the end of the day, even if someone doesn't like it, it doesn't harm quasi, it doesn't make them feel like, oh, what is this? I don't want to stay here. You get? So I think neutral is the safest bet, because you see, some people will walk into a space if you have a black couch. I have nothing against black couches, but if you walk into a space with a black couch, for the clean freaks, they'll be like, okay, I don't know if that's clean enough. Maybe the fabric is hiding the dirt or this or this. And people want to feel, because you see, it's not your space, you've come into it. You want to make sure, is the cleanliness up to par? Like, can I lay here? Am I afraid I'll get dust mites or this or that? Because many people are coming in. So I would say the safest bet is to go like neutral. Neutral and lasting fabrics. So velvet on your couches, because you can wipe them down if they get dusty, and you don't have a vacuum cleaner for that. Your drapes can be, at least make sure your drapes are blackout, by the way, because you see people want to sleep and they want that darkness. So, but then keep them a neutral color. So you can't satisfy everyone, but if you go neutral, you at least stand a chance of, again, just being neutral. It might be bland. But then now that's why you add the soul, the two small pieces, the art, the flowers, the statement pieces that tell a story in your space.
I came across something. I was reading an article on Airbnb furnishing, and one of the things that stood out for me was that as you're furnishing your space, know that you're highly likely to attract clients who also have similar taste and similar character to you. And so maybe it can also play as a formula for when you're furnishing, like just putting yourself into the Airbnb, and those are the guests that you're gonna get in return. I don't know what you think about that.
I think that's true, because you see, like how I said Parisian chic, and you're like, oh. I have this running joke, because personally I'm into old world furnishing. So for my personal Airbnb, because I also have an Airbnb, like I've gone to the extreme with the Parisian thing. So there are people who look at that and like, oh yeah, that's what I want. I want. So the people who don't have this design style, but they're like, this is in Kenya, I want to experience this. And there are people who are like, I'm drawn to this because I also like the same thing. So you're right. Like when you put your soul into it, you attract your soul tribe.
And
soul
tribe. Big words.
By the way, they say birds of a feather flock together. Yes. I think, Rosie, I'm really, at least I can affirm to what you're saying. What maybe she's telling us. Like when it comes to the soul, there are people who have the same soul as you are in terms of characteristics, like so if you furnish your in a certain way, then you're more likely to attract people of the same the same characteristics and the same vibe. Yes, and then maybe the other thing that I would like to ask you is about the wall color. So can I just paint a black wall in an Airbnb, or are there specific types of colors? What colors are supposed to be there, even in the ceiling? Or can I do just a yellow wall, black wall,
and a pink one on the other side? Oh my gosh.
So is that possible, or are there specific wall paintings that you really advocate for?
I wouldn't say they're specific, but I'd say maybe stick to calming colors. Like I get you like emerald green, but no, if it works in a bedroom or in a lounge area, just at least go online, check it out. Like what are the calming colors? Have a list and then pick what you're pulled to the most. Like I'm not gonna tell you there's a way to do it, because there's no one way to do it. Like the best part about design is it celebrates individualism. You get? So I would say there's no specific color, but maybe put in the effort to find colors that are calming. Because again, remember, you're in hospitality. Someone is like going somewhere on transit, and they're like, let me lay here for the night. Like I rest my head here. They don't want to be over there with like some color that's even making them not to sleep, or you've painted a color that's upsetting them. In the middle of the night, someone is hungry. Like put in the effort to at least study color theory and like know what's calming, and then just pick from the pool. And then that's why you need a designer. But
that's why we need Mavis.
So want to do an Airbnb.
Yes.
So are you available? Can we contact you, or you just strictly limited to virtual homes, or what is it all about?
Well, no. I'm not strictly limited to Bachi Homes. I do consultancy.
Okay.
So yeah, people can reach me. I am at Swanepo. But you contact me through Bachi Homes. Our email is www.bachihomes.com. Yeah, so I'm not strictly there. I can offer like virtual assistance consultancy.
Okay, that is amazing.
That's amazing.
Now, we had mentioned about the budget.
Yes.
And we had said there's no specific amount. Now, do you think the budget plays a role in the kind of theme that you want? Because I might want the, what did you call it?
The Parisian chic.
But I have 50K.
Yes.
Yes, the budget actually matters. But then I wouldn't want to like be the person who's telling you can't do it because you don't have the tunes for it. But it actually does matter because the thing about money, it buys you comfort. Say for instance, I wanna like buy a mattress to make sure my clients are comfortable. If I want a very good mattress, I'll have to go to Dr. Mattress. The price tag for Dr. Mattress, you're 50K. It's not.
Yes.
So yeah, if you want your budget does matter. But don't let it limit you. You can work towards there, but just know that there are things that you don't cut corners with, like your mattress, your bedding, the bed. Because I don't want to sleep on a bed and then anguka with it at night. Because you see, people are different. Someone is heavier, so you have to get a very good bed, mahogany. If you're going that route, just it's a sturdy bed, good bedding, your couch. Because you see again. Cheap is expensive because if you buy a cheap couch, after 3 months, people have sat on it, like the cushions have issued, so yes, the budget does matter, but I wouldn't put it out there like for people to think it limits them. But if you want good stuff, you have to pay the price.
You have to pay the price.
Yes.
Wow. Now, what can you advise somebody that has already gotten into the business? Let's say like the Monarch Suites. We're already here, we're running. But maybe now I'm realizing maybe there's something I may have done wrong already. And what would you advise that person to do? Is it that they just ignore the interior design mistake, or because it can be too much for somebody to change the entire house, like, oh my gosh, these colors are all wrong, I need to change them. What can you advise such a person to do?
I would advise you to start with the thing that won't cost the most.
Okay.
Because you see, and then at the end of the day, the fact that you've already identified what's not working, I feel like you've already put energy into it. So already it's going to like you are alert to this is not right. I need to make this better, and like I think your conscience will like be at the back of your mind, like eating at you, like you can do better. Maybe I'm not making like I'm not getting good reviews, and the customers are not coming as much because maybe my designer so that's why I tell you, just start kidogo like you're like, okay, maybe this color is not right. You're like, okay, fine, maybe I can do painting, like with my profits from next month I can change something here, something there. So that's what I tell a person.
I think I really like that, Rosie, because you see, you let the business work for you. You really like the way she has said that from the profits you get, then start working on the improvements that need to be done, as opposed to getting money from your pocket and injecting it back into the business. I think that's a good point. It's a really good point.
Totally makes sense.
Yes.
Do you think the interior design, what am I trying to say? The interior design's value is directly proportional to the rate that you can set for your Airbnb. Is that making sense?
Yes, it's making sense, and my answer is yes, because your interior design is what sets you apart. It's already a very competitive market. You need that wow factor, because say I am here, like, so I'm checking out spots and then I see the Monarch. So And the way you've designed it, I'm like, okay, I want to go there.
Yeah.
And someone else has put like, I don't know, some bows there, somewhat. I'm like, I don't know. Like if you're not putting effort into your space, how safe am I going to be there? How sure am I? Like, because the way you design your space, it speaks of like the level of nasema kujipenda, you know, like, and kila mtu anajipenda, everyone is selfish. So you as a business owner, you're pulling in people who match your level of selfishness, if I can call it that. So if you beautify your space, you see there are people who, to them, they want a hard mattress, like no pillow, like that blanket for like 300 bucks. You know, that people cut into use. There's someone who, like, that's all they know, and that's what they're putting. So if you go online and that's the space you're finding, you don't relate to it, because you're like, I understand what a weighted duvet feels like, how comfortable I feel at night, you know, understand what a good bed feels like. So yes, I will tell you, the way you design your space, it directly correlates to how much you charge for it.
Amazing.
Yes, that is true. Even from our own experiences, even from the Airbnbs we manage, they're beautifully furnished Airbnbs, the ones that have really, like the owners have really invested when it comes to interior decor. They normally sell. They really sell fast, and the prices are the margins are a bit high compared to the other ones. It's not that the other ones are bad, but you'll find that for those people who really love themselves, who are looking for luxury, who are looking for comfort, they normally go for the well-furnished Airbnb. Yes, especially like you see, like where we are based, we are located in Narok, which is the tourist corridor. Because the city is on the way to Masai Mara, so we get both local and international guests. So definitely, I think I concur with what you said. How you furnish matters and also sets apart the price. Because at the end of the day, you want to ensure that your guests leave something memorable. They'll go with something memorable. So, oh yes, when I go to Narok, I remember there is a particular Airbnb. When you go to Nakuru, I know there is a Monarch Suites. Yes, something that will always linger into their mind. Yes, I really think, I agree with that, Rosie.
That is amazing. I feel like I just want to keep talking about interior design. Like, I'm learning so much, and at the back of my mind, I'm trying to evaluate, does the Monarch Suite check these things that she's talking about?
Yes, it does. I walked in and I was like, wow.
Really?
I promise. Like, I walked in and I was like, wow. I even told you, oh my God, it's so nice. Then I was peeping.
Thank you.
It's such a beautiful space.
Yes. You've done a great job.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Like, we can see your personality. It shines through in your space.
It does? Amazing.
Yes.
Wow. Anything else? Because I feel like I'm just gonna keep talking about things.
I had two things I wanted to point out. Like, there are common mistakes to avoid when you're doing Airbnb. Do not over decorate or over clutter. No, like again, like I said, design with purpose. Have statement pieces and then purposefully lay them out. You don't feel everything there. Like, I watched your first episode where you're saying people carry stuff. So if I walk into your kitchen and they're like, it's like 20 glasses and 15 wine glasses, some people might be like, they won't notice if I take two. That's it. Like, don't overclutter, don't put too much. If you know you're hosting 5 people, like, keep enough cutlery for 5. Don't do more, because then you're tempting them. So there was that one for over decorating and over cluttering. Like, that's a mistake to avoid.
I like that because I've heard of people who say that they want their house to host 10 people, but their dining chairs has like 4 seats. Like, how are you gonna cater for those? So I think there's also the issue of under furnishing.
Under furnishing. Yes.
The word,
I'd say under.
What's the opposite of over cluttering?
Not enough.
Not enough. Okay, maybe that's also something somebody can notice, because if you want to host a maximum of 5 people, then make sure there's 5 seats at the dining table, 5 cups, 5 plates in a row. So that's a good point actually.
Second one is mismatched furniture or cheap finishes. Because people can tell, you know, like you don't come charge me Hermes prices for China Original 3 or something.
She is trivial violence.
Rosie, I remember you're hosting an interior designer.
My God.
In school.
We have to, oh my God.
Standards.
So don't do cheap finishes. If you can't afford it, just leave it for when you can. Because even if you're trying to get a duplicate, like at least get something that's well done, you know, because people can tell, like if you have those you're trying to go for something that has a brass finish, like say you're going for an antique vibe, but then you've had like someone who, those guys for chomeliering, the Juakali people, they do your mabati thing and spray paint it. Like I walk into that space, I can see
you're gonna feel it.
you know, that's even a health hazard. So, and then smashed furniture, like how we said, you pick a theme and you stick with it because the space has to flow. Like you don't have a yellow armchair that's from, like, maybe it's a different style. I don't know if you're getting, you know, like how people in Kitambo, we had those 2 chairs, and now, so like have like a cohesive vibe going, like again the Monarch Suites, like we have this beautiful couch, like come on now. Like everything goes together, like you can see a theme. Like I need to, you know, if you walk into a space and there's so much going on, like it even messes your mind, like you can't be at peace, you feel cluttered already. So when you have a vibe going that's manageable, at where you feel at peace and calm, you know. And then we had bad lighting or like dull color schemes, like again back to the blacks, because say here I'm going through things at home, so I've decided, let me just go, I get an Airbnb, calm my mind. I come there, you have a black couch, you have black curtains, it's a dark room.
It looks depressing.
Like I'm like, why did I even, yani you're reminding me what I was running away from, you know. So like and then lighting plays a very big role, because lighting sets, like it changes your room from nothing to something. Whether you've decided you're going with overhead lighting and you're doing a very nice chandelier, that's good. You're deciding to do like wall lamps, wall sconces, like setting that tone in the space, the ambience, as in someone even feels nice. You see, like how you walk into, like, I enjoy, this is no promo, but I enjoy the Pax Mina in Mutaiga. You walk in, you feel like,
you feel the vibe.
So you see, it's even like how they have like the cove lighting, like under the stairs and all that. So there's something about ambient lighting that just changes the mood of a space. Like it can be the most boring space, but once they play with the ambient lighting, it does all the difference. And then forgetting about functionality. You know, like you have to use pieces that are functional. You know, like say we are here, we walked in, so, you know, you looked at your space, like we have our dining there because, you know, guys come in, they eat, they do what. So imagine a situation where you're walking in, I've put a console table there that doesn't even make sense. It's in the middle of the room. It's not functional. Yes, I wanted the vibes for it, but maybe I went online, I saw guys need console tables. I'm like, I need to have a console table in my space. It's not functional. It overclutters your space, you know. Like say in the bedroom, you have your bed and then you have that bench at the foot of the bed where someone can place their luggage or something. That's functional, But if you have like a small space, you can't come fit a bench there. Exactly. So don't forget about functionality. So that those are just the mistakes that you need to avoid when you're furnishing your Airbnb. Yes. Any questions so far?
Hey, there's a lot that I've learned personally, especially functionality. I feel like I almost fell victim to just getting stuff in the house just because I feel like my guest is going to feel good when I have it. You know, I've been struggling with the idea of getting a TV stand because I feel like, you know, I have a TV, so I definitely have to get a TV stand, you know. And I'm thinking, well, right now everything is running okay. So do I have to get it? That kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I like it when you say functionality and making sure that whatever needs to run is running, and whatever has no purpose does not have to be in the room.
Yeah.
And that absolutely makes so much sense for me. I don't know about you, Maslin, but
Actually it does.
Yeah.
Actually from this episode, I've learned a lot.
there's a lot.
Yes, I thought we knew, but actually hearing from the guru, we have a lot to learn from. And I'm really looking forward to sharing her insights with our viewers.
Yeah.
And we are also open to, they can reach out to us and we can assist them when it comes to setting up an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyone who's out there, if you want to set an Airbnb, you know where to start from, we're here. We're here to walk you through what you've learned from Mavis. It's quite insightful.
Yeah, it was.
We can share what we are running with her to our viewers out there, because this is what the podcast is all about.
Yeah.
Because one of the challenges that we are facing as Airbnb managers and also as hosts is the interior decor.
Yeah.
Because you want to enter into a space whereby you feel alive.
Yeah.
Because you see, spaces are alive.
Yeah.
You don't want to enter into a space and then you feel like, oh my God, what am I doing here? You want to feel like, yes, I want to take a break from whatever is mashitas and nyumbani, whatever is troubling me. I want to rest and all that.
Yeah.
So I think before anything, the first thing, before you start an Airbnb, consider about the space you have in terms of how big it is, and also now look at the decor side. What do you want to put in your space? Yeah. And I think that's why this podcast is there, so at least we can help our other co-hosts or like anybody who wants to host or to give it to Airbnb management. It's about how the space should be. So if anybody wants to know more about it, they can always reach out and we're able to assist them. Yeah.
What were your social media handles? I think you mentioned.
Yeah, I did. Soine Epoch.
How do you spell that?
Soine is Soigne. Epoch is Epoque.
My Lord.
Soine Epoch.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So is it on IG?
Oh yeah, that's Soine Epoch on Instagram.
Definitely Instagram.
Yes.
She's an Instagram buddy.
Yes. Also, you can find us on our mother company's website, which is www.virtuehomes.co.ke.
Amazing.
Yes.
That is amazing. And if you're looking for an Airbnb where you want to go and just have a getaway, you can reach out to Maslin. If you're in Narok, Nairobi, wherever, maybe, do you have like a number?
Yes. Anyone who wants to be hosted, either in Narok, Nakuru, or Nairobi, you can reach us through 0705 471 200. That's the Virtual Homes line, official line, and Rosie, you can also give your line in case for Nakuru, Narok, or Nairobi, you can always contact you.
So for my number, the Monarch Suites, you can call 0746 771315, and we'll be happy to give you a space that speaks to your soul.
Yes. At least we walk the talk. Let them come and verify on what you're doing.
Yes, please.
Yes.
So that is it.
Yes. The Monarch Suites is just top notch.
Thank you.
Yes.
And that is it. That was such an amazing episode.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to need to have you more often on this podcast.
Oh, I'd be honored.
Thank you.
Yes.
So thank you so much for watching. We look forward to having you join us on the next episode. And just so you know, we are thinking of doing a masterclass.
Yes.
Dates to be confirmed, but it's on our minds, and we are going to be talking about it maybe in future episodes. So if that's something you think you'd be interested in, stay tuned, and we'll be happy to walk with you the journey of starting your Airbnb, managing, and thriving as well. So that is it.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.